The Lost Relics of Rutland Water. Behind me is Rutland Water, one of the largest bodies of water in Europe. Owing to the exceptionally dry weather we've had this summer, the water level in the reservoir has decreased. Since the water level has fallen, structures and other interesting things have become visible, so we're going to have a little look down there today and see what we can find. Rutland Water was created by damming the Gwash Valley, although during its construction in 1975 it was known as Empingham Reservoir. Here's a map of the area in 1888 compared to today. Large areas of land, woods and homes were submerged, and so valleys on either side of the Hambleton Peninsula disappeared forever. Well, almost. When the waters recede in times of drought, relics are revealed from the landscape which once existed here. For our first stop, I'm heading over to the Hambleton Peninsula. Just behind this rather impressive lime tree avenue is one of the oldest parts of Rutland Water. Predating the modern reservoir, it's an area which was dammed to become fish ponds for Burley on the hill. Looking at these old maps from 1888, we can see the original layout of the Burley fish ponds. The dam is clearly visible now, as well as a second weir. The dam lies along a straight avenue from the front of the house on the hill. The oldest map that I could find which depicts the Burley fish ponds dates from 1798. Now, as we head round to the south side of the peninsula to a site next to the Old Hall, we can see the remains of old buildings. There's also an abundance of even older relics here, fossils from the tropical ocean which once existed here. Again, here's a map showing the area around Hambleton in 1888. You can see the road heading west from the Old Hall, along which there is a building. That building is Beach Farm, but there's nothing corresponding to the ruins that we can see on the site. If we look at this more recent map from 1948 though, you can clearly see the outline of the ruins visible today, labelled only as Bunkley. This is what the site looks like with low water levels today. This is the Hambleton Peninsula. You can see Linden on the other side of the water over there. We're going to have a look over here at what look like the foundations of a building. Additionally, you'll note the buildings labelled as Old Hall Cottages, which are also visible at the moment, slightly to the east, pictured here. So just behind me are some more remains, this time they're natural. What only can be oak stumps, which must have been felled prior to the filling of the reservoir in the 70s. It's only really likely to be oak for a stump to be of this scale and to have survived so long submerged underwater for almost all of the time. Let's have a closer look. These enormous oak stumps are encrusted with mussels. Usually completely underwater and unseen, it's amazing how the soil around them has eroded out, exposing the root system. Oak is amazingly resilient, and these stumps are a testament to that quality. Hambleton Wood was once much larger, as you can see on this map, These old stumps, risen from their watery grave, are the last traces of that larger woodland, spreading down the underwater hillside towards the old gouache deep below. The area along the shore here is a haven for wildlife. So many geese and swans, ducks, lapwings, egrets, herons, and so much more. Might be lucky enough to even see the osprey. From Linden last night I watched the osprey carrying a trout back to the nest to feed the 3 juveniles. These are just a few examples of some of the relics, and I think it's just fascinating that we're getting a glimpse of them. However, drought brings other problems too, and some trees in the area are really struggling this year, especially those with shallow root systems. Everybody should do their part to conserve water, including the water companies. If you found this video interesting, consider subscribing and check out some of my other videos on local history. I'm currently working on a new Ketton documentary filmed with my childhood friend and master of history, Oliver Wessex, alongside many other projects. Thank you to the National Library of Scotland for these maps and to my brother Jed for tipping me off about these ruins. Thank you and see you next time.